Peace, world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. Please consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. And if you dig the way that any information is being broken down, presented, reviewed, analyzed, so on and so forth, feel free. I'm inviting you to, well, I'm asking you to please hit that like button. And I'd be, more than excited to build with you on any of these topics. Getting into some boxing talk, man. Wow. I made a video a while ago after hearing Adrian Broner speak kind of recklessly about just basically just establishing the expectation for boxing fans himself. Like, you're just along for the ride as a boxing fan. And hey, I gotta, watching what's going on right now and unfolding and I haven't even done a video yet about the situation with DAZN, Golden Boy, and Canelo Alvarez. But it's just astonishing that, $365 million guaranteed over 5 years isn't enough for things to play out in a satisfactory manner for boxing. Whether you back Canelo or whether you back DAZN or whether you hate DAZN and think that they're incompetent and hate what they were trying to do, what they attempted to do in boxing. Again, it's just I'm perplexed that we seemingly can't have nice things in this sport. But that's a separate matter. What I wanted to get into right now is two-time champion, world champion, welterweight, Shawn Porter. Is he out of pocket, or this article that's currently up on Boxing Scene just damaging would be an overstatement, but it's Dan Rafael, and Shawn Porter comes out and says that he expects to fight the winner of Spence Garcia. In the article, he says that it's a quote. It says Porter told Boxing Scene that he has been told by advisor and Premier Boxing Champions chief Al Heyman that he will get a shot at the winner of the much-anticipated fight between two-belt world title holder Errol Spence Jr. and former welterweight and junior welterweight titleist Danny Garcia. He says that the quote is, "I think the conversation remains the same with Heyman," Porter said. "The conversation is me fighting the winner of Errol Spence Jr. and Danny Garcia. I don't think that's something Al Heyman is looking to change and or looking forward to changing. That's what I'm being told, that I get the winner." Wow. This is just like, does this make this November 21st fight for Fox pay-per-view sports? Does that make that like the, week 18, week 19, week 20 NFL game where a team has already secured its playoff spot and you start resting people, so you're not too concerned with any of those games? Like, how? That's asking us a lot to go out and pay $80 to watch Errol Spence Jr. and versus Danny Garcia, unified champion Errol Spence Jr. versus Danny Garcia, when if you're following this storyline out to its ending, there was some hopes, from some of us. There was some hope. Boxing fans' expectations matter. Boxing fans' interests matter. There was some hope that at the end of this run, we would get Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Bud Crawford. And now this tells you right away, this should indicate to you that this whole online argument that we engage in goes into like year three and a half. And what does that? I mean, what does that do for you? My only interest in the Danny Garcia fight with Errol Spence was, how Spence would look coming back from being ejected from his Ferrari, I believe it was. What was that? Last October? Late September? So that was really how I was kind of on the hook. My interest was on the hook for this fight. But now to understand that you have no intentions in giving me the fight that I'm most interested in, I kind of I have to rethink things. I honestly do. That's crazy, man. How much does boxing... And I saw a couple of weeks ago where maybe it was the Ugas and Ramos fight where they put up the PBC's top 10 welterweights. So I guess they're just staking their whole calendar and claim in boxing on managing the welterweight division, managing the super welterweight division where they hold 3 of the 4 belts, and then trying to see what can be done at super bantamweight with some champions, with some titles down there, with some title holders down there in a very competitive looking division. And then, knock out the trilogy fight with Deontay Wilder up at heavyweight. And that's about it. I mean, they got some heat at super middleweight, I guess. David Benavidez, his former IBF champion, David Benavidez, his, lapse in dropping his title on the scale complicates matters for them there, but they still have, Caleb Plant. I can't even think of who the other 2 guys are there. But that's unfortunate, man. A great division, a great all USA fight. 2 very skilled guys, undefeated. It's a story that we need to see. It's a conflict, really, that we need to see resolved immediately. And there's no way to deliver that. There's no intentions. There's no working with others to finish. To get that done for us. So and people are so dug in on their respective. With their respective allegiances, whether it be the top rank, whether it be to premier boxing champions. So, I guess it makes no sense to really whine about this. This is boxing. This is boxing. Porter sits at number 1 in the WBO, number 2 in the IBF. So, according to the rankings and whatnot, it's hard to argue about anything. And this is just another classic example, man, when promotion and the bottom line gets in the way of boxing. Boxing business equals promotion. And but back to what I was just saying with the top 10. This is almost when the PBC originally wanted to roll out its own, its own belt and kind of work independently of the sanctioning bodies and whatnot. So I don't know, man. This is and we give Porter so much credit for being, a great spokesman for boxing. He knows his business. He talks. He had his role, in his studio role. It's hard to imagine. For this to be said aloud at this particular time, just kind of lets you know how comfortable and how we're moving forward in this thing. You can say that you want to. I don't know, man. You can be happy with the rematch. Because, and that was my thing, again, with the PBC. How do you have these champions holding these belts? They lose a fight, a competitive fight, and then they don't even get, there's no there's no rematch clauses in it. It's an interesting way of doing business. Needless to say. Again, my name is Wood, man. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Thank you, boxing. Peace.